Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We have here 2020 Acura Mdx all drive, and I'm gonna do the drivetrain fluid service today. And the first thing we're gonna do today here is we're gonna start with the rear differential. And this thing has a special procedure to be refilled, so we're gonna have to follow the Honda Acura advisory. But to start this, this is your drain plug on this transmission. It's on the left side, the driver's side here, and drain plug and refill plug is this plug here. They're made, both plugs are made in the square shape of the 3/8 ratchets, so that's what we're going to use here. 3/8 ratchet to open this. The service has never been done on this car. It's got about 50,000 miles. I think it's past due. I mean, not that I know it's past due, but maybe 10 to 20,000 miles. Some of these services needs to be done at 30 to 40,000. So we're going to start with this, and I'm going to disassemble or open both of these. And I'll open the fill plug here first. I'll get it loose, and then we will get to the, there we go. It's never been opened, so I'll get this thing loose. And the drain plug right here is what I'm going to open next. Here we go. And now we are ready to get the fluid out. Make sure you get a oil pan. And drain this fluid. I will say it's a very strange looking fluid. It is a special fluid actually. It's not the regular gear oil, and this thing takes about 1.9 liters, close to 1.989 quarts, 1.8 liters and up to 1.9 quarts, something like that. I have the fan. I need to get this fan in a different direction because it's gonna spill everything around this car. Now you can remove the refill plug. Just remember, these plugs are very different. That's the refill one. So it has this flat, it's a shorter plug, no magnet, where the drain plug has this magnet on the bottom and a gasket. Sometimes, you know, it is advisable to replace these gaskets if they're smashed up. You see there's a there's an aluminum gasket here. I will replace them in my case, but if they're not really badly smashed, you can actually leave them alone and reuse them a couple times. And you can see the magnet wasn't really dirty, had some stuff, I just cleaned it up, but you always have to clean this magnet here. and we're waiting for the fluid to drain. And once the fluid is drained, guys, we install the drain plug back. There we go. You don't need to over tie this. You just need to spin a little bit. I would say probably 30 Newton meters should be fine as torque. I can check and see if Acura gave any torque specification on that plug and the other one up there, and we'll let you know in the comment or the description of the video section. And this is the old fluid. It's pretty dark. Again, that's a strange fluid because there's some kind of a pump in this differential. So it is a different fluid. The one thing I see is this fluid is very it's not as dense as the gear oil. So possibly this may be a downside. That's why this fluid may need to be replaced even faster than a gear oil, which normally we install in differentials. So now we're going to get the pump and install the new oil. We're going to use this today. This is OEM fluid, so Ineos manufactures this fluid for Acura, and it's OEM again, and it's called dual pump system fluid, DPS fluid. That's what we're gonna get. Again, it's about 1.9, but this differential has to be refilled with a procedure, so we're gonna fill this first to where the fluid starts coming out of the fill plug in the back there, and once it starts draining out, we're gonna close it with the bolt, and then we're gonna do a procedure, then we're gonna refill it again. Okay, the refill process here. I'm gonna get the machine here, and I'm gonna start refilling this. And one bottle is in, and we're going to get a second bottle, which should be the first part of the procedure. And on the second bottle, get ready with your plug to install, because we're gonna need to close the refill hole to do the procedure. So we used 2 bottles so far. So that's the reason why I got 3 bottles when I ordered this, because you always need to have an extra bottle, because some of this fluid will be left in your piping in your pump a little bit. So I'm gonna use a third one just to refill it until it starts leaking, which should be a little bit, just a little bit more. Then we're gonna close the hole. Feels like it's already kind of leaking, but not yet, so I'm gonna make sure that it overfills. And I have a bottle underneath, so whatever drains, it's gonna drain in a bottle. You can collect it back. Okay, here we go. It is overfilled, and we can let it drain. So once you see this fluid stopping, pretty close here. I'm gonna close it here, and we're not gonna get this tight. We're just gonna close it, and I'm gonna turn it, spin it around, and kind of get it tight by hand. That's the instructions from Honda Acura. And now we're gonna do our air. It's called a differential bleeding on this specific vehicle. And it says the instructions are to start the vehicle, let it work for 1 minute, and then we're gonna put it back up on the lift, and we're going to refill again. So again, instructions are from Acura, Honda, to start the engine, and we get the engine running for about a minute in park position. Do not trigger any reverse, neutral, drive, or whatever. Just leave it in park, and you wait for 1 minute, and then we turn it off, and then we refill the differential fluid again. And once you guys do the 1 minute air bleeding procedure, now we have to open this again, and again we should open it by hand because we got it tied by hand, so it should not be tight. The actual refill plug, as you can see, a little bit of fluid is coming out already, but I'm gonna try to put a little bit more per the instructions of Honda Acura, and then I'm gonna wait for this to drain out, because that's where the level it's going to be set. That once this is refilled and it start draining out, you have to wait it to drain. That's going to be your level of your fluids. So we're waiting for this to drain out now. And then I'm going to close the, there we go. And now I'm going to close the, still leaking. okay. And the vehicle is a little bit on an incline towards the front. The front is a little bit higher than the rear, so I'm gonna stop before it completely stops draining, and leave a little bit, kind of compensate for the incline so that it's actually leveled, and to leave just a little bit of extra fluid is not bad. Sometimes these gear fluids, actually gear oils, will some of it will disappear while it's being used by the car. And now we're going to close this drain plug. Remove this here. Oh, not drain, the refill plug. And it doesn't need to be over tight because it's got the washer, so it should be okay. And always clean after yourself with a brake cleaner, of course. And this technically concludes the refill or service procedure on this Acura Mdx. Just make sure you follow all the instructions of what I gave you and you should be fine. Again, it's a special fluid, so make sure that you use the fluids there are for your vehicle. And thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you in the next video on this car where I'm going to do the transfer case and transmission and engine oil. So see you in a second. Thank you.